Hope you can see my screen. Yep.
Yes.
Cool. So this is the 5-week curriculum. Today, what we are having now is an introductory session. And the week 1, we cover the introduction and Python setup. If you have never written a single line of code, we'll do that. We will cover how to install VS Code. Some people already had VS Code. We'll cover PyCharm. You can also do Jupyter Notebook as well. All are fine. You can pick one and start learning it. Once we finish it, based on if you want to become a more data analysis and machine learning side, you can use Jupyter Notebook, or if you simply want to work with backend, you can use VS Code or PyCharm. So we will cover that on the day 1, and every day you will have some practical exercises and some assignments and some self-study tasks. This is how everyday session will be. Every day you will learn something new, you'll have some practical exercises, and then you will have some assignments and self-study task. And we cover data types and variables on day 2 and operators expressions. As I said, this is all the math you need for learning any programming language, not just for Python, but any programming language. This is day 3. And yeah, day 4, you will learn how to give input from system and a little bit introduction of system. That concludes the week 1. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday will not have any sessions. So you will get some weekend tasks which you can do. It won't take much time. Daily 1 to 2 hours is more than enough to learn. And then on week 2, we will learn control flow and data structures. The things get much interesting when you start learning these if, else if, and else, and for loops and while loops and some other stuff. So we focus on that entirely during the week 2. And lists and tuples and dictionaries and sets, these are all some data structures that are inside Python. And then week 3, we'll enter into the functions. I watched one video very recently. So everything is a function in the world. Okay. When you become a developer also, your main focus is to write meaningful functions and expose those functions as APIs. That's it. So the entire tech industry is based on the functions. So functions are the most important aspects of any programming language. So in the week 3, we will learn. And in Python, it's very easy to learn functions. Yeah, entire week 3, we focus on functions and file handling and a little bit error handling. And then we'll also start preparing for a mini project with the to-do list app. And then week 4, we'll learn some OOPS concepts. There are many types of programming languages, but mainly 2 types. One is general purpose and another one is scripting languages. So in scripting languages, you don't need OOPS concepts. You can just use them for scripting. And most of the general purpose programming languages, they are highly on OOPS concepts like Java, C#. They are heavily on OOPS concepts. But Python is a very nice programming language. You can use it as a scripting language. You can also use the object-oriented concepts of it. Don't worry if you don't know anything about this, you will learn it in the actual sessions. It is just the curriculum walkthrough. Okay. Python can be completely used without using any OOPS at all. To automate a lot of stuff, you can use complete the functional programming and never have to use the OOPS at all. But you can also use it when you work with some backend applications or some other enterprise applications. Yeah, on week 4, we cover, as you can see, you can already build an app without even we start learning the OOPS concepts. So at the end of week 3, we can start building an app. And then week 4, we focus on all the OOPS concepts: inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, etc., etc. And then we start entering to the APIs world. We'll work with APIs. Actually, this is not intermediate concept for absolute beginners. It will be advanced concept, but we don't dig deeper into APIs. We learn only how much we need to learn about the APIs, and we use it in the Python. That's it. And then I will also mention one thing about one terminology. It's very important to understand this concept while learning programming, that is scaffolding. Anyone heard about scaffolding? Scaffolding. I hope I'm getting the spelling right. No? Okay. So basically, when you learn programming, I will show this example right after this curriculum walkthrough with Java. You will use some concepts without actually knowing them. But you will learn whatever the minimum requirement you need to learn. That's it. You don't dig deeper into it. So it is very important in the learning process. It is applicable for many other concepts and aspects as well. I'm not sure about the other fields, but in programming, it is very much important and needed. So you can mark this word and just this is also one of the things that makes learning programming very difficult for so many people. That's why a lot of people start, but then they stop and they never come back, because this is the problem. It requires scaffolding. I will explain that in a minute. Right. Then that is week 4. And in week 4 also we'll do one small project. And then week 5, we completely focus on project completion and then next steps, the possible career paths. So finish the project and then explore the career paths like web development, data science, AML, automation, cybersecurity, data science, and some other non-tech fields as well. We'll cover that and what are all the different frameworks, libraries that are useful for different career paths. I should have included DevOps as well. But again, in DevOps, mostly you will use scripting, Python as a scripting, not as general purpose programming language. So yeah, all possible career paths also we'll discuss in the week 5 along with the project, and we might do some assignments, tests based on the group that we are in. So that's all about the curriculum, the 5 weeks curriculum. If anyone has any questions about the curriculum, please ask. No questions? Okay. Yeah. Yes, Sarah, you are right. Okay, someone is asking for fees. It's completely free. Okay, no fees at all. No need to pay anything. Is scaffolding like black box where you use the functionality but don't know the content? And yeah, you're absolutely right. That's exactly definition of the scaffolding. Right, now let's do one thing. Let's see in reality why Python is so easy. Okay, we have to compare it with something else before we say it is easy, right? So let's write a program with in Java first. Okay, I'll not take much time. I'll only take 5 minutes to finish this exercise. So if this is the first time, if you see someone writing any program, don't worry. Let me know if you can't see my screen. I can zoom in. Okay. Okay, now I just want to write a hello world program and I will write it in Java. It's been a very long time. I haven't used my programming skills in Java. Public class hello world. And then you will write public static void main string args system.out.println. If any Java experts are there, please help me if I'm going with any syntax mistakes. But before that, I will switch to desktop here and I will make a directory called coding. I will change into it. Control S. Okay, now in Java, when you write a program, you need to save it with exactly the class name. So my class name is hello world and I must save it with the hello world.java. This is one of the important rules. I'm not sure if it changed with the latest advancements of Java because I haven't been using Java for almost 5-6 years. before, but when I was using this rule was there. I hope it's still there. Okay, so now I saved it. So all the syntax got highlighted because I used the .java extension. And where did I save it? Let me go to coding and then, yeah, I saved it in this folder. Okay, I can move it, no problem. Okay, I have my Java file here in a folder. And now if I want to run this program, first I need to compile it. At the beginning of the session, someone mentioned Python is not a compiler based program. Python is an interpreted based. But what does compiler based means? Now, whatever the program I wrote, the machine doesn't understand. Now I need to compile it so that a file is generated which a machine can understand. So to compile, the command is javac and the file name. Okay, no errors. That's good. Then if you see ls, earlier there was only one file. Now you have hello world Java and hello world dot class. You can also see it in the folder now. So you can see here there is hello world dot Java and hello world dot class. This is something the machine understands. Now I can run this program by simply calling the class Java hello world. Now the program got executed. So this is what it takes to write a hello world program in Java. And as I mentioned earlier, uh, you don't know why we used public, you don't know why we used this class keyword, and you don't know why we used void and what does this string brackets means and what does args means. All you know is this print hello world. This is the only thing that we can understand. We don't know what this system is, what this out is. That's what scaffolding means. You don't have to know all these things just to write the hello world program. You just have to understand that this is what it takes to write hello world program. Maybe after 2 weeks, 3 weeks after you start learning Java, you will understand what is public. Okay, it is a keyword, it is an access modifier. What is class? It is a reserved word in Java that you use to define a class. And what does this void means? And what does this static mean? You will slowly understand those things and you will start connecting the dots. And then it takes around a month for you to actually settle down peacefully with the programming language. But that's the problem with when you self-learn, you miss all these points and no one is there to tell you that, that this is how it will be. So you are stuck at, week 2 or week 3 and it will be so much confusing and there is no one to ask. And that's when people give up actually. That's the problem. But if you find a good mentor or a trainer initially when learning programming, it makes it very easy. When I first wanted to learn programming, I didn't find good trainers, mentors, and it was very hard. I actually gave up because I first started with Java, unfortunately, and wherever I joined to learn, it didn't go well, and then I stopped. But then for one project, it became necessity for me. Then I started learning. Then it made more sense. So that experience was also very useful for me because I started covering those points which someone needs to know at the beginning of the learning. Okay, now, but please do understand this point that when you are learning a technology or programming language, there will be certain things which you have to use, but you don't know them or understand them. But you don't have to get stuck there or you don't have to stop there. You can give it some time so that after a certain point, it makes more sense and the dots are connected. So please understand this concept when you're coming from a non-technical background and entering into the tech background. Let's go to, now let's write a Python hello world program in Python. Okay. Now it makes more sense why Python is very easy. No rules for saving the file name. That's it. Over. That's how you write hello world in Python. That's why Python is very easy. It is just like English, no fuss, no data types, nothing. Let's say if I want to add two numbers in Java, now I have to do like this. Int a equal to 10. int b equal to 20. And then I have to say int c equal to a plus b. And system dot out dot println c. So this is how I have to write, and then I'll go and compile again Java C, file name, and Java, the class name. But in Python, all you have to do is a equal to 10, b equal to 20, and then c equal to a plus b print c. That's it. And I will go here and I will run. Okay. These are not required. Oops. Yep, you got the answer. So Python is that easy. So you just have to learn some 30, 35 keywords and then learn how to use them and some loops, and that's it. You are good with Python, and then you can start using it, whatever you want to. That's why non-technical background professionals like geologists, scientists, and biologists also use Python for their purposes. Any question? No questions? Okay. Then, as I said,
Yes.
yes, please ask. Please ask.
This the sessions are going to be recorded.
They are recorded, but they are not recorded for everybody. They are only recorded for the people who join the bootcamp.
And how do we join the bootcamps?
Good question. So I am going to share a link to the form in the chat now.
Okay.
All you need to do is to fill the form, and then we will add you to the bootcamp.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So before sharing the form, I want to show you. It's very, very important. As this is a free bootcamp, you don't have to pay anything. There is no fees, no hidden costs, nothing. You just register, join, and that's it. Once it is over, you will leave. There are no sales or anything like that. We do have our programs, training and 1 year long training programs. For that, there is a separate fees and etc. But this has nothing to do with that. But what is important, as it is free, the guidelines are very important. So if you are considering joining learning, which I recommend highly, because you won't get to such platform to learn with a trainer-led program. You will definitely be good at Python after 5 weeks for sure. There is no doubt about it. But as we are doing it for free, we are very strict with the attendance criteria, the commitment. We don't want anyone to take it for granted, because we get a lot of applications for almost all bootcamps, and we only take 10 to 15 people maximum. We don't take more than that, so that there is a good quality. I mean, everyone who joins the bootcamp is actually learning something at the end. Everyone is happy at the end. That's why only join if you can attend 100%. Starting from Tuesday for next 5 weeks, Monday to Thursday at 3 p.m. CET. That is the time for you to join the sessions. So if you think you can't make it 3 to 4 p.m. every weekday, Monday to Thursday, except Friday, if you can't make it, then please don't register, please don't join. Okay, because we want 100% attendance, because every day, 4 weeks is still a very less time to learn Python. It is not enough. Programming takes almost 3 months to become really good at it. So we keep it very packed. So if you miss one session, then you will lose the track, and then you will lose interest, and by the end you are not actually happy. So we don't want someone to be unhappy by the end. That's why we are very strict. Only 100% attendance can make you happy, and then make us happy. Yeah, so if you already know your schedule for next 1 month, if you don't have any commitments, then you're welcome to register. Otherwise, please don't register. Then these are the minimum expectations. We expect proper communication. Life happens. Sometimes you might not know, some emergency might happen, something can come up suddenly. You can take a break on that day, but you must inform us, you must notify us, maybe whoever is your course coordinator in the group. We create a WhatsApp group, you can inform them in the group and then take permission. That is fine. Okay. But without informing, if you are absent, then that will be your last day. We don't have any discussions with you because we don't have time for that. We don't enter into any discussions or explanations. So if you didn't inform and didn't join, that's it. That will be the last day. And every day the links are shared in the group for the sessions. And yes, so we encourage active participation. As I said, we will only have 10 to 15 people, maximum 15 people, not more than that. So so that there is actually a community is built, and you get to know each other, and you engage in discussions, and you expand your network. So we encourage all participants must set up their proper environment to join for that 1 hour every single day. Yeah. And then you will be given some small tasks and assignments which won't take much time. Whatever you learn a lot on the session itself, but you will be given some self-study tasks and assignments so that you come prepared next day. You must finish that. If you fail to finish, if you're simply joining to listen in, then we don't encourage that. So maybe other than the 1 hour you attend, you also think of another hour of preparation and practice. Yes. Yeah. These are some general stuff like professional conduct, maintain respect for instructors and fellow participants at all times. And I mean, we add you in a WhatsApp group. As you can see in the Zoom also, we don't, we let people to unmute and talk. We don't put too much, restrictions, but we expect people to use this opportunity to not to disrupt the meetings or any other sessions. Even in the group also, you are open to communicate, post questions, ask questions in the chat, but only use for that purposes. And yeah, join sessions almost on time every day. As I said, I can say only one thing: communication is the key. If something happens, that's fine, but if you fail to communicate, that means it's not professional or you took it for granted. Um, but as long as you show the commitment and dedication to learn the program and communicate promptly, all these rules are around that. So based on conducting so many boot camps and workshops, we came up with the guidelines so that those who are actually committed and serious, they get the best experience. Their experience is not disturbed by the people who are not so serious or who are not actually punctual or took the things for granted. That's why these many rules. Otherwise, you can ignore these rules completely as long as you're dedicated and committed to the program. Cancellation, yeah. So you can cancel after before the program starts, 1 day before for example, it starts on Tuesday. If you register today, tomorrow, but you don't want to join, you can let us know by Monday. But we don't recommend canceling after joining. I mean, that's the rarest case. No one actually cancels after joining because we anyways limit people from joining. But yeah, the only concern is don't register if you know that you have some commitments already well in advance. You can join the next boot camps. Yes. So if you fill this form, that means you agree to all these rules. That's it. And if you fail to follow any of these guidelines, as I said, we don't have time to reach out to you and ask the situation and why you missed the session, etc. We don't have the time. We'll simply remove you from the bootcamp. And yeah, that's it. And some basic questions like your phone number, email address, the WhatsApp number, so that we can add you in the group and from where you are attending. It doesn't matter from where you are. This is 100% online, so you can attend from anywhere. But if you are in Sweden, it's good because we also conduct a lot of in-person meetups and potlucks. You can also come and join there. And some basic questions to understand your background. And that's it. Very simple form. Half of the form is about guidelines and half of the form is with some 4 or 5 questions about you. And now I'm sharing the link in the chat of the form. So if you are interested, you can just fill the form. I will also share the recording of this video, and also I will share the link to the form in the description of the video, in Meetup and in WhatsApp group and everywhere. fill it out, and then one of our team members will be getting in touch with you, confirming your slot in the bootcamp. That's all. I think we covered everything. We covered some basic Python stuff, and we covered the curriculum. We covered the bootcamp guidelines. Everything is done. Now we are a little bit over the time, but I'm here to take any questions if you have. Please ask. We can take the questions now. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, one thing, because like I'll be